Right. All right. All right. All right. All right. I like the thinking there. We move forward. Let's go ahead and jump into the Frankfurt game. And we have the Colts 4-5. We have the Patriots who are 2-7, plus 1.5 point spread over under 43.5. Let's keep it real though. The Patriots will probably have a big home advantage in a sense. This is going to really be like if the game was at Gillette because if European fans have looked at who's been the most successful team over the last 20 years and who would they pair themselves with, it would be the Patriots, just like a lot of Americans pair themselves with. I don't want to name just any soccer team, but I know that FC Barcelona or something of that nature out there that they could, I'm just using that reference as, how we have people that attach themselves to that soccer team. And so I know that in this type of sports, you got people over there that have attached themselves to the Patriots because that's who they see as the successful team. That's who has all the storylines, blase, blase, blase. But we're 5 years removed from that in reality. So, the Patriots are now the aftermath of what the Patriots used to be. And it's really showing up on tape every single week nowadays. Now we have the fire bill, or is Bill going to be fired at the end of the year? Rumors going around here. Jeff, can you go ahead and give us some insight on that since this is your local area and everything like that? And then let us know exactly where you're going with in this game as well, too. And I'll follow up after you go ahead and kick this thing off because this is in your area.
The collapse for Caleb Chance are back. Washington came in. Great game. Listen, I've said it all along. I'll say it again. Howell is the better quarterback over Mac Jones, but that's for another show. The first time in a while, and you know this from last year, the year before, I've been touting this for a long time. There was rumblings of Mr. Vrabel from Tennessee, who's starting to not get happy over there, coming over here to New England next year because the rumors that Bill might be tied to the Commanders next year based upon compensation. We then could flip and give the Titans some compensation back for Mr. Vrabel. And the fact is that rumor has it that they've already given Gerard Mayo the go ahead that he was going to be the next coach. I don't believe it. This team is dysfunction junction. Mac just when we need it can't make the throws. It was a perfect ending on Sunday. Throws an interception to Juju Smith-Schuster, who was probably one of Bill's worst signings. A guy that's knee is toast. He couldn't get separated from you and I if we were covering him. Yet for the same amount of money, he could have had Jacoby Myers. So this is the positive is they're playing a Jekyll and Hyde team and every other week team with this Indianapolis coach, as we talked about in the first game. Box the wire in Carolina, now jump on a plane, head to Frankfurt. I took the Pats plus 1.5. Listen, wouldn't be surprised if the Pats win 20-17 here. Wouldn't be surprised if the Pats lost 30-3. There's that much turmoil going on. We can't get to the end of this season and which quarterback we're drafting, Pops.
All right, man, Jeff, I totally hear you on that. And I just truly feel that with the Patriots right now, you have a team that is not used to being mediocre anymore. A franchise, a fan base, they're not used to being mediocre. This is really one of the greatest runs in sports because every great team has had a point where, okay, well, some of our best players are hurt this year. We didn't even make the playoffs. Golden State Warriors a few years back. You know what I mean? I'm just using them as a great example of that. The Patriots consistently stay great for 20 years. This was the first time we've ever seen this in the NFL, probably since the Don Shula coached Miami Dolphins. So there's expectations for this team, and those expectations are going to last for a decade. Let's just all keep it real. And I truly do feel that a team like the Indianapolis Colts they're really an enigma. They know that if they would have been, this is where I keep saying to myself that they had probably the worst luck ever draft night because when you really look at it, Indianapolis was really supposed to get one of these prized quarterbacks, but they decided to go with a guy that they see as a project, but his ceiling's so high that you have to take a chance because they're thinking Cam Newton. They're thinking Patrick Mahomes. They're thinking an instant impact. And Richardson was an instant impact in a sense, in an exciting offensive way. But then the defense is not backing this up. And so it makes it really tough because every week it seemed like he was in a comeback situation to the point to where he busted his shoulder. Now he's out for the year. You go with Gardner Minshew. We all get excited because we know Gardner can play football really well, and he plays the game so well. And you know that we all have our heart of hearts to his old college coach, who absolutely adored him as well too in the process. So he goes out last week and he was absolutely dreadful against the Panthers. Luckily enough, though, they were able to pull off the win because they played great defense. I feel like the Patriots play good enough defense to the point to where this game really does suit them well. Even though this Patriots team has only scored over 24 points once in a game this year to win a game, and have scored 17 points 4 times this season, Jeff. And then they've had games where they've been shut out and only scored 3 points. So this offense is really inept. We know that it is, but I think this is a very good week for their running game. And I think with Zeke Elliott kind of getting recharged now, this will probably be something that's going to be very significant for this team moving forward in this game and for their next games coming up. So I do like the Patriots with the plus 105 in this spot. I think they should go ahead and win this game because they'll have a great home crowd with them. Bill Belichick just had to go ahead and, shut down the media real quick about how he does not care about what's going to go down at the end of the year. He's only worried about what's happening next week. And that's why Bill Belichick, regardless, hate him or love him, is one of the best to ever do it because he knows how to play this game correctly. And I know that a lot of people are probably hoping for the end of Bill Belichick, but Kraft is a loyal person. So they're going to really sit down and discuss this thing at the end of the year to make sure that they do it the right way, regardless of anything. But let's keep it to where we're at right now. We're in week 10. That's all our only focus right now. And the focus for me is the Patriots winning over in Frankfurt and getting themselves a signature win for the season. That's why I'm picking them this week. But you know what, though? We got to say something about this Colts team, that they are some gamers. They try. They're really out there scrapping and scraping. And you just know that if their quarterback situation was different, they would be right there with the Jacksonville Jaguars competing for the AFC South. It's that simple. But they're still in the playoff mix as well, too. So, much kudos to the coach. Much kudos to the coach. So let's move forward and get into our next game.